friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you'll be notified of new uploads. This video is in the playlist called Handling Dates in SQL, and here we'll be learning about using dates in an equation. So believe it or not, you can use a date in an equation. In the context of an SQL statement, even when you are not using an equation involving dates, it's good to know what data type a date can interact with or result to. Let's look at the typical select statement to display a date, system date. So select this date from dual. As I mentioned in a previous video, in Oracle, it will display you, depending on your settings, there's a parameter called NLS date format. So in my case, the usual default is like this. The data come like this. DD, meaning the numeric value of the date, dash, and then the mon, meaning the first three letters of the month, and then a dash or hyphen, and then the YY, which is the last two digits of the year. Now, if you wanted to come up with or to use or to have a more user-friendly date format, then you can use an alter session command. So you alter session set analyze date format equals, and then whatever is the date format or format mask that you prefer. This is only for the session. To make a more permanent change to this, then you will do something else. Okay, we can discuss in another video. For now, this is just session specific. Okay, so if I will just execute this, then okay, so it alter the session parameter analyze date format. Okay, so if I again re-execute this command, the date format will now be more user-friendly to show you the year value in 4 digits. Okay, 2024. Now on with the lesson. So we'll be learning how date can be used within an equation, or even if it's not an equation, you will see. Okay, so first is addition. Let's look at addition. This is how it works in dates, when dates are used in an SQL statement. So if we say date, a date value plus number value equals a date. So here I'm referring to data types, a data type of data. Okay, so a column or a hard-coded value of date data type with that added to a number will result to a date. Okay, so you will be wondering how it works. So I'll show you. This is an example. Select sysdate plus 25. This is just an alias, and then from dual. So the expression here, sysdate plus 25, is exactly this expression here on the left side of the equation. Sysdate is of a date data type plus 25. 25 is of a number data type. So meaning when you add a date to and a number, the resulting value will be a date. Okay, so let me just close this and close this. So again, date plus number equals a date, another different value of a date. Okay, so if I will execute this, you see the result is a date of a different value. Different because we've done an addition to the date value we have mentioned in the select statement. So sysdate plus 25, meaning sysdate, the current date, plus 25 days results to a new date, which is 1st of May, 2024. Okay, so that is addition. And although we have seen this in a previous example, I'm showing you that it can be explained through an equation, which is this one. Date plus a number equals date. Okay, so again, this is a date data type, this is a number data type. When you add them, it results to a date data type. Now subtraction. Subtraction, we have date minus number equals date. So again, you could be scratching your head on this one and would be wondering how it can be shown as an example in SQL. Okay, Again, date minus number equals date. So here in my example, select sysdate minus 100 as past date from dual. So again, there's an alias. The expression you have to focus on is this one, sysdate minus 100, because it is representing this expression here of this part of the equation, the left side. Date minus number. So sysdate is of a date value or data type minus 100, which is of number data type. And if you do this subtraction, the resulting value will also be a date, because date minus number equals date. So if I execute this, so date minus a number is also resulting to a date of a different value, because I've done a subtraction here. So sysdate, system date, which is today's date, minus 100 days is equal to this value, 28 December 2023. So that's subtraction. Okay, now we will look at a different kind of subtraction, but before I get into it, let me share a bit of mathematics involving an equation. In math, there is a technique called transposition. If we look at this equation over here, date minus number equals date. If you remember our mathematics and we do some transposition, we remember that whatever you do on this side, you should also do on the other side to maintain the equilibrium, the equality, right? So if I wanted to actually transpose an object to the other side, you can also do a shortcut with that by changing its, I would call it, is it signage? Not signage. I would call it, if it is negative, it becomes positive. If positive, it becomes negative. Okay. So here, date on this side, on the right side, is positive. If I transpose it to the other side, it becomes negative date. Right? And then this number, which is a negative minus number, if I transpose it to the other side, it should become a positive. So this is the new equation I am showing to you, because we can show it via an example also. So here we're saying a date value minus a date value will result to a number value. Okay, is an equation which is related to the previous one we've done, because all we've done is simply to transpose expressions or values. Okay, so date minus date equals number. Let's look at an example here. So select date, to date, 15 December 2024, and then the format mask minus this date as this alias from dual. But you focus on this. This is date value minus another date value. So again, we are saying date minus date will result to a number. Unlike the previous examples we've shown you wherein the result is a date. Here, the result of this subtraction will be a number, and that number represents number of days. So again, this is a date value. How is that? Because this is a string value, and then you're converting it using a function, converting it to a number of this, not number, to a date of this format mask. So the whole thing from here up to here is a date value minus sysdate, which is also a date value, will result to a number. So I'm gonna execute this one. And you can see it results to a number indeed, okay? So, and that number is the number of days difference between this value and this date value. They're both dates. Again, date minus date is a number. The other thing we notice is that this number value consists of a decimal, a repeating decimal value. Now, if we wanted to, let's say, make it easier to view, more readable, if you might say, then we could use a number function called truncate. So we can apply it on this. The syntax would be something like this: trunc, the value, and then the number of decimal places, maybe 2, something like that. Okay, so let's do that now on this. We'll apply it to this, and then comma 2. Okay. So after applying the truncate function, it is now been reduced, the output, that is, to two decimal values, two decimal places, 252.24. Again, this value represents number of days, because if you look at this equation over here, date minus date equals a number. So a date value, it could be hard-coded, it could be a column value, it could be sysdate, minus another date value will result to a number. And that number isn't just any ordinary number, but number of days. Okay, so in this video, we've seen how dates function, or how to make sense of dates within an equation. First, we've seen that a date plus a number equals another date. We've also seen that a date minus a number is also resulting to a date. But when we subtract two dates, date minus date, it will result to a number, which is representing the number of days difference between those two dates. Thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe. I will be seeing you in the next video.